watching this video, oh, y'all, miss y'all so much. All right, let me get it together. Hey guys, if you're watching this video, you are experiencing life with me, Ayana B. Welcome to the experience. All right, y'all, I just thought of an idea to just make this video uncut, but I don't want to ramble on too long, so I just want to give a quick explanation of why I've been gone. Y'all, life's been crazy, but I'm not even going to like make excuses for my inconsistency. I've just been inconsistent on YouTube, yeah, but I just want to, you know, y'all, if you wonder why I got a bear here, I'm not doing Vlogmas because I'm not really a vlogger like that, but you know, 'tis the season, right? So I got a bear for emotional support because I'm really finna air all my dirty laundry out. Like, the title was not clickbait. It wasn't just to get viewers. I'm really like finna air my dirty laundry out. This is my journal, so y'all know it's finna get real. I got my blanket here. Don't ask why I got a blanket on and it's outside and it's cold and it's winter. I'm just trying to set the vibe. I'm just trying to set the quality vibe, you know? So I've been crossing my legs. Y'all really finna, I'm finna talk to y'all like y'all my therapist, y'all. We finna get into it. But I just want to apologize, y'all. I'm really finna start being consistent. I was really like iffy on YouTube. Really quick story, really iffy on YouTube because I didn't know like if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I've been praying to God because like YouTube is like a big deal. I'm like, if I'm going in, I need to actually go in. So I just been like really trying to receive confirmation other than like me being inconsistent. And like I feel like God's really just been confirming like this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So now I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready to be consistent. I'll be posting every Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into this. All right, y'all. So first, like, let me tell y'all like why I did this in the first place. Definitely, I was just thinking and I was reflecting one day, and I'm like, if I'm really trying to reflect God's love and be a kingdom woman, there's a lot of things that I learned about myself in college while I was at college. Like, there's a lot of things I learned about myself that I want to change and that I don't like. And that's kind of what this break was about, really reflecting on myself and really like diving deep into myself and like, what is it about myself that I need to change? So this is kind of like a reflect me video. If y'all got anything y'all need to change or you want to develop and grow on, just like drop it down in the comments so let me know I'm not alone when I'm airing out my dirty laundry. But this is kind of what this video is for. I really want to, like, you know, if I'm really committed to living a life of purpose and living a life that reflects God's love, I can't continuously discredit myself by acting a certain way or acting in a way that's not reflecting unto God. So, without further ado, first of all, again, I'm sorry y'all for being inconsistent on YouTube, but we getting back to it. Yeah, so let me flip to my handy dandy journal. Handy dandy. I said handy dandy. That's ghetto. Let me flip to my journal. All right. So I called it the spiritual warfare list. So basically, this is a season where my heart is under construction right now. God, that's what God's been revealing unto me. And I just wrote down everything I need to work on. And I'm finna just have like an open thing with y'all. Hold on. I got graham crackers to really make it comfortable. I know I ain't got no chips because I'm trying to like be healthier. Okay, so I'm trying not to rush through this, guys. I'm gonna really like break it down for you guys, see how like my thought process is, and because I be overthinking. Everybody tells me I overthink, so y'all really finna see my process. So first, I was like, all my issues, I'm finna list off all my issues. So the first thing is lust. I'm gonna break it down like in after. The second thing is my affirmation deficiency. Sometimes I give and I pour into people and I expect that reciprocal affirmation, but when I don't get it, I feel deficient and I feel angry and I feel resentful, and then I just crawl back in a hole and then I isolate myself from everybody because I'm expecting something from people and I'm expecting that same energy. The third thing is emotionalism. I allow my emotions to override self-control. And I've been reading Galatians lately, and what the fruits of the Spirit: gentleness, kindness, patience, goodness, and self-control. I know there's like 2 more, but you get the gist. Self-control. And I'm like, why do I lack self-control in like certain areas? And I'm like, because I'm emotional and I listen to my emotions rather than the Spirit of God and what He calls me to do. Next, relationships. I really wanted to evaluate who is feeding me and why do I really allow people to be in the most intimate parts in my life. Why do I like allow those? Why do I allow just any intricate relationship? And I haven't really been doing that lately, but I know I'm in college and I know I'm going to continuously meet new people, but I definitely want to have a list in my mind of like what I need a friend to be. before like I just allow anybody to attract anybody in my life. Because I was watching a sermon one day, y'all, and the pastor said you can't control what you attract, but you can control what you entertain, you know. And sometimes I just entertain things knowing that it's not going to go anywhere, just for the heck of it. And just for me being emotional, because I want friends. I want more friends. I've been telling I got like 3 friends, y'all. And I've been telling my now friends, like, y'all, I want more friends. Like, I want to find my college crew. But like, God's been just like leading me to be patient and like just really evaluate like what does a friend mean. Last YouTube, like I've been reflecting on that. I've been reflecting on the clutter in my mind, physically and mentally. I've been reflecting on like trying to do a minimalist lifestyle. And for those who don't know what that means, a minimalist lifestyle is like you're not overindulging in the materialistic things, but you're really decluttering and really focusing and appreciating on what you have in the moment, you know. And last, my insecurities. So y'all, we finna go down through each topic. We finna get to the nitty gritty. Let me put my blanket around because it's cold. I'm cold. Okay. So yeah, y'all, let's get into this. I'm ready. And yeah, trigger warning. It's going to be uncomfortable for some of y'all. Y'all really gonna learn me, but let's get it. All right. So I was thinking about lust, and I'm like, why in the Bible it talks about, you know, flee from sexual immorality and flee from like those lustful thoughts. And like, I really entertained lustful thoughts in my mind, and I'm realizing I don't want to lust after anyone that's not my husband, you know. If I'm trying to really embark on a journey of purity, I have to understand purity is just not having sex, but it's honoring God in my mind. It's honoring God in, you know, my bodies and how I act towards certain people that I'm attracted to, and like what I allow, you know. So I was like reflecting, I was like asking God, I was like, God, why am I lusting so much? Like, why do I struggle with this so much? And I swear God is so good, because something just popped. It's like, I don't really, it's not even just about the lust. That's what I'm realizing. It's not the problem, but it's what I crave. I'm saying it again. I learned this from a servant. It's not the problem. It's not lust. I mean, lusting is the issue, but it's not the lust problem that's the issue. It's what I crave. It's what my heart thirsts after. I mean, I realized that I thirst for affection, and that's why I lust in my mind and create these like crazy scenarios in my mind, because deep down, I'm really searching and I'm really striving towards intimacy, if that makes sense. And so like I wrote down some things pertaining to lust. Like in my thoughts, I lust in my thoughts because it makes me feel wanted. So for example, if I just met somebody I'm attracted to, like I don't even like, later on I can think about them and think about like certain sexual fantasies. Yes, y'all, we're being humble, open, and transparent. And certain fantasies, because it makes me feel wanted, you know. And for example, like if I dwell, not even lustful thoughts, it could be masturbation. You can just like connect this to whoever's watching. You can connect your own thing. Masturbation, pornography, anything. Like, you're not alone, first off. And secondly, I dwelled in these lustful thoughts and dwelled in these lustful actions to feel fulfilled in a sense, but also like connecting it to my childhood. I'm not gonna dive too deep into that, but like also what have I experienced in my childhood and how that connects to like my cravings and my appetite. But like I realized that I don't want to live a life enslaved to my flesh anymore. I don't want to live a life enslaved to sexual immorality anymore. I really want to live a life that glorifies God, because I'm committed to purpose, you know. And I realized that this also ties in emotionalism, but I'm realizing that like I don't want to just live a life dependent on my feelings, and that's what definitely me giving it to my lustful thoughts were doing. It's like I feel this certain way, I'm having these horny nights, I'm having this, and I like engage in this, and it's like that's not glorifying unto God, and it's not, you know, I was realizing, thank you, Holy Spirit, I can't think wrong and do the right thing. And I was actually like, all right, God, at least I'm not masturbating right now. At least I'm not watching pornography anymore. So at least I can just entertain it in my mind. But in the Bible, it talks about, I'm going to insert the scripture, so as a man thinketh, so is he. Don't even give the devil a foothold. And in my mind, I was giving the devil a foothold. And I just wasn't glorifying God. And like, I was trying to tiptoe around y'all. I was like, is this a sin? I was like, is it a sin to think this way? Is it a sin? And I feel like that's how I know like God's helping me mature as a believer, because now I'm not even trying to ask, is it a sin? I'm just trying to glorify God. In the Bible, it also says, whatever you do, whatever you drink, whatever you eat, let it to be to glorify God, you know? And so instead of just asking, is it a sin? Just ask, does this glorify God? Like, can I Can I think about this? Can I masturbate? Can I watch pornography? And can it be glorifying unto God? Like, you have to ask yourself, can you do it simultaneously and think about how good God is? Because y'all, back in the day, like, I'm gonna air all my dirty laundry out. Wow. Okay. Back in the day when I was addicted to masturbation, I would definitely, whatchamacallit, I would look it up, and people would be like, the reason why masturbation is a sin, because they didn't talk about this in the Bible. So, and I was really trying to do it, you know, and I was trying to like tiptoe my way around God. And it was like, the reason masturbation is a sin is because like you are lusting in your mind, and in the Bible it talks about not lusting in your mind, glorifying God in your mind. And I'm like, all right, so I can do it as long as I don't as long as I don't lust in my mind. And I was really trying to tiptoe like around these certain things, and like it just wasn't working. Like, you cannot do those acts and think about how good God is. Like, I was learning that yesterday too. So just like, I realized I'm fighting for commitment. I'm fighting for my purpose. I'm fighting for joy, because I realized like when I don't give into certain lustful temptations at night or in the daytime, I feel like more joyful. I feel like, yeah, I'm being better. I'm glorifying God. And that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for commitment. I'm fighting for the eradication of generational curses. I'm fighting for all that. So yeah, so definitely, if you struggle with lust, just know you're not alone. Continue to pray about it. Don't put yourself in that position. Don't give the enemy a foothold. Maybe you need to cut out certain songs that's constantly talking about sex and planting those seeds in your mind. Maybe you need to cut out certain movies. Maybe you need to cut off like certain friends who's constantly talking about that. Like, don't give the devil any type of foothold. And maybe like when you're feeling horny at night, because I know like it happens, but like maybe start working out. Like, definitely, I know it's like, oh, I don't want to work out, I don't feel like it, but do something where have an accountability buddy where you're distracting yourself. But anyways, y'all, that's a different thing. We're gonna move on to the next topic, okay? Because I can rave on and on about lust, because it's something I've been struggling with for years. But I definitely feel like God is definitely like pruning me and like doing so much good things in my life. So let's get to the next topic. Whew, y'all was nervous about this video. I'm good now. Thank you, God. God's been giving me strength. But it's cold. It's cold. Okay. Next. So, affirmation deficiency. And I feel like a lot of people could resonate on this. If you know me, you know I like to pour a lot. I like to give a lot. I'm constantly asking people, how are you doing emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally? I pour, and I'm constantly checking in on people, trying to elevate them, really listening to them. And a lot of the times, how I love, I expect people to love me the same way back, how I expect to be loved. But like sometimes I forget that not everybody has that same emotional intelligence, but also we were all raised differently in different environments. So meaning if we're a product of our environment and we were all raised in different environments, it means not all of us are going to be 100% the same. So I definitely started to resent certain people in my life because they weren't reciprocating that. But you know, as I was talking to God about this, he always like makes me think about what can I have done better. You know God. So I realized that I need to start I was watching this sermon the other day. I've been binge watching sermons, y'all, and like it's just been so amazing. I've been watching, sorry y'all, I just blinked. I've been watching this sermon the other day, and he was talking about like if you have that affirmation deficiency, definitely like make some heart commandments, like commandments for your heart. So like when you feel like you're not enough, when you feel like you need that affirmation. And I realized that was my deeper issue. I was expecting so much affirmation out of these people, and like I don't know, like just a sense of validation. And I didn't like realize that I was expecting that. So I made some heart commandments in the beginning of my journal, and it was, y'all, this video might be a little long. Hang in there with me, all right? My first heart, I made 10 heart commandments, because in the Bible, 10 commandments. First heart commandment, I said, although I will go through pain, I will not let it poison my heart. Pain will visit, but it will not stay. I will release it unto God and let him heal me. So I was like, that's a heart commitment I want to have, because you know what, sometimes like people let pain like really live in their heart. And I realized that I don't want to, because I feel like everybody experiences pain, and that's a universal thing that we can all be connected through. But I don't want my pain to keep me from purpose. I don't want my pain from block me from really trying to still abide in God and see that. And not to say I hide my emotions, but like really just like talking about it and letting it go through me, and letting that energy go, that painful energy go through me, rather than me trying to keep it down. So definitely, and like when you definitely talk about it, God might send people in your life that's meant to heal you. And if you openly tell them, they can give you like the medicine that you need in order to be healed, the heart medicine that you need. But if you're telling people, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, like they don't know that you're really not good, and they might be like, all right, you fine, you good, and may not like help you, and that you could be blocking your own blessings, your own deliverance. So yeah, talk to people. Second, I will be grateful for the blessings and the sufferings. I'll be grateful for everything because it's building me. I think so many times people like focus on like, God's where my blessing, like, God, I'm just going through this right now and it feels like I'm never getting this right now. But it's like, I do feel like sometimes God is withholding certain things from us because he's blessing us. So like, I'm gonna be grateful for that, because he's keeping us, he's protecting us, he knows things that we don't. Thirdly, I will look at myself through the lenses that God looks at when he sees me. I'll talk about this later on, but like a lot of the times I definitely wasn't looking at myself the way that God saw me. Like, if that makes sense. Sometimes I thought that since I am too emotional, sometimes I can't control my tongue, that I am not worthy of adequate love and kingdom love. And like, you know what, like maybe I'm not enough. But by me dishonoring myself and perceiving me that way, I was dishonoring God, because God doesn't make any mistakes. In the Bible, in Genesis, it talks about everything that God made is good, quality, you know. So I'm a good person. I'm made by God. I'm crafted by God. I am a daughter of a king. I am royalty, you feel me? And I need to start looking at myself like that. Fourth, I will look at people through kingdom lenses, acknowledging that they're Jacob and seeing they're Israel. So if you guys don't know the story of like Jacob, I think, I can't even break it down like that, but I know that there was a man that came. And okay, but long story short, this man came, I don't know how to articulate this, but basically when I say Israel, Jacob, I mean like I'm acknowledging that people are their sinful nature, but also acknowledge they're Israel. So acknowledge that God can deliver them and acknowledge and see the best sides of them. So basically that's what that heart commandment, even if they hurt me, and I'm pray over them. Fifth, I will actively try to rid myself of habits, mentalities, and beliefs that aren't kingdom in my heart. When I mean kingdom, I mean that glorify God. That's everything under Christ Jesus, God. So trying to definitely, that's what I'm doing right now. 6, I'll forgive always, not for them, but for me. 7th, I will find the beauty in every process. That kind of ties into heart commitment number 2. 8, I will laugh in my heart, choose joy even when I'm sad, knowing that there's victory. So in the Bible, it says all things work together for those who trust in him and who are called according to his purpose. And I need to believe that. Like, I need to hold on to that. Like, there's victory coming my way. Not that I deserve it, that I'm entitled to it, but it's just coming, you feel me? So, and then 9, I will seek God's heart to replace my heart of flesh, knowing y'all, it is so easy to fall into bad habits and like fall into sinful nature. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. I don't got the Rona, y'all. It's cold outside. I need to go inside. And 10th, I will reflect, embody, and consume 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7, kingdom love. And I'll insert that right here, but it's basically listing what love is. Love is patience, love is understanding, love is kind, love does not self-seeking, love does not dishonor others. You know, I want to reflect that love in my everyday life. All right. But then, like, going back to the affirmation deficiency, I realized I had a neediness for constant, like, confirmation and reaffirmation. So, for example, I would, like, since, like, I wanted to know that I was really loved. So what I would do is, like, I would test people just to see how much they love me, because my love language is acts of service. And basically, if you don't know what a love language is, go take the love languages test, but it's basically how you feel loved. So I felt loved through people like acts of service, like, for example, can you go get up and, like, go get me and cook me some food? And if they do that, that's an act of service, because it's like sacrifice. It had sacrifice written all over it, you know? And I really, like, realized that I was really constantly seeking that confirmation that they loved me through, like, testing them, like, can you give me some food? And I didn't even want their food. Like, if they were, like, eating a burger, I'd be like, can I have some? And, like, I wouldn't even want it, but I would be like, I just wanted some just to see if they really would give it to me. And, like, that's not, first of all, it's not a friendship to constantly be tested. But secondly, like, I need to stop looking for affirmation in people who can't give me the healing that I need, and do it in God. All right. This video is getting a little long. Well, it's only 15 minutes, but, like, I got a little bit more categories to go, so I'm gonna try to speed it up. But yeah, y'all, I'm cold. I got a blanket out here. I need to utilize that resource. Ooh, my bear is covered. This is actually my brother's bear. All right. Next, emotionalism. Y'all, this one is deep. Like I said, I allow my emotionalism, basically my emotions, to override my self-control. I realized that, y'all. I was reflecting, and I'm like, yo, why can't I get this right? And it's like, whenever my emotions feel a certain way, I'd be like, boom. So, like, in the Bible, it talks about love in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 4 through 7, it talks about what love is. And love, they said love is slow to anger. And when I read that, I feel like the Spirit was just coming for me. Like God was really convicting me, because it's like I'm really quick to act on my irritation and anger and just like show it so expressively. And I really want to practice patience if I'm really trying to like do kingdom work and like reach out to people and ministering to people. I need to practice patience, because like not everybody is going to operate the way I do, or the way God does, or like the way certain people do. And I really need to understand that and like operate. So I don't like that I was quick to act on my irritation and anger. Second, I was quick to give up and take days. So like, for example, if I was trying to be consistently spending time with God and develop that relationship with him, and if I was tired, I'd be like, you know what, God, I need like a couple days, because I don't want to spend time with you right now. I just want to be by myself, you know? And like, I was quick to give up, but like that's not being committed. That's not like, imagine if you were in a relationship with somebody and like they felt tired and they're like, you know what, I'm done. Just give me a couple weeks and I'll talk to you later. Like, nah, that's like neglecting, and it's not healthy. So like, I definitely needed to talk it out with God rather than trying to hide from him. Thirdly, quick to lust. Like I said, emotionalism is tied to lust. Like if your emotions are feeling horny, if your emotions are feeling lustful, I don't want to be quick to act on them. D, overlooking red flags in me and others. Okay, anyways, D, overlooking red flags in me and others. Y'all, I'm so sorry for this dog that's really barking outside. I'm gonna try to talk louder. But overlooking red flags in me and others, like I think sometimes when I'm wanting to keep a relationship or a friendship and I know it wasn't healthy towards me or my purpose, I would try to like be like, but I want it, and it's like that emotion of me wanting something, my preference, rather than like my really, wow. Okay, see? Anyways, yeah. So then I would start arguments. Y'all, I would really be starting arguments with people just because that was so toxic. I was argumentative because I couldn't control my tongue. And like, you know when you can end an argument right there if you would just like be the bigger person, but you don't, because like you just, I don't know, you want to keep an argument going. That was me. For anybody who watching this video, you're not alone. And then F, I was walking in ways that gratified my flesh. I wasn't gentle. I wasn't patient. I was easily frustrated. And I overspent. I was impulsive on food and clothes. And that's really problematic, because like the Lord, he led me to a scripture in Proverbs on gluttony. And like gluttony is like basically the overindulgence and having no control over what you engage in, because like you just want more and more and more. And like at times I would find myself getting food and I'm not even hungry, and I'm like, yo, that's really problematic. I would try to buy clothes and I don't even need them, and I'm like, how much money could I have saved in like investing in stocks and bonds, or like giving it out to someone who actually needs it, or actually saving that money for future reference. But you know, I don't regret it. It's just something I need to work on. And then another part of my emotionalism is like, you know, not feeling like other people are pouring into me. But also like I need to also evaluate, because I don't want y'all to think that like just because I'm emotional and sometimes I seek affirmation and confirmation doesn't mean that like I should still hang around people who's not pouring into me. I do feel like that there should be a balance, and like you should really pay attention to the friends that you have in your life, and like, are they pouring into you? Are they like focused on your growth? Are they there when you need them? Or is the conversations consistently about them? And you need to evaluate, are you that friend that when you're on the phone you're only talking about yourself? And like, you know, break that down. Y'all, I really need to go inside, because it's not wise for me to be out here. My nose is running, my body's telling me something, but you know what, I ain't gonna listen. Sorry, I'm trying to get this good lighting for y'all. So yeah, so that's what I've been reflecting on lately, like my emotionalism, and how I really need to stop being so emotional and like listening to my emotions, because emotions lead me astray. And I do feel like that's what's wrong with media and like culture. They be like, follow your heart, go do what your heart wants. But it's like, your heart can be lying. Your heart can be so deceiving sometimes. And it's like, yo, I don't need them problems, you know? So yeah. Whew, y'all, my hands are cold. I'm getting frostbite out here. All right, next, relationships. The interesting part. Relationships. Oh, okay, anyways, my bad, y'all. So relationships, I was like really evaluating if I have an issue with why people are not pouring into me, I need to evaluate my present friendships. Like, who is feeding me? Like, and why do I allow them to be in the most intimate parts of my life, like I said previously? So I realized with a lot of relationships beforehand, before anybody new enters my life, I don't ask God for confirmation if I'm even supposed to entertain this. And this could be like relationships like booed up, or even like friendships. This can be booed up or friendship. This could be booed up or friendship. What? That is so ghetto. I'm gonna talk over this dog because the enemy trying to get me. So first, I realized an issue was I didn't pray for discernment, and like discernment on like the ability to know if someone is supposed to, or something is supposed to be in your life. I didn't pray for that as much as I should. I didn't really play to red flags and that confirmation. So even if I did pray, God could have been really giving me answers like, nah, don't mess with them, or like, yeah, mess with them. But because I was so fixated on my emotions, emotionalism, and what I wanted, I didn't like really seek that confirmation. I didn't like pay attention to those red flags. And like there's a quote that says, you can't have on red glasses and see red flags. And I really had them red glasses on. Like I had them snatchers on. Like it wasn't healthy. All right, next. I didn't evaluate if they slowed my spiritual acceleration. So for example, God is, as you see in this video, God's a really important part of my life. But what I need in a friend, and even in a man, is like someone who helps me like grow in God and not push me away from that. And I had to evaluate, am I a friend that slows other people's spiritual acceleration, and how like they're thriving in God and them growing in God? And am I around people who slow down my spiritual acceleration? An example to that can be like if you're telling your friends, hey, I'm really not trying to, for example, for me, I want to wait till marriage, you know? And if I'm telling my friends, hey, y'all, I'm really trying to wait till marriage, so please, if I call y'all and I'm finna be tempted, please help me, keep accountable, hype me up, you know, continue to encourage me. Now, it's not their obligation to be my purity coach, if that makes sense, right? But as a friend, if it's important to you, they should like encourage you, as long as you're not harming yourself, you know? And I feel like if they would have said, if friends would have said, oh, where are you trying to wait till marriage? That's stupid. Don't do that, girl. You better go to his house, take off your clothes, go sit on it, And it's like, what? No, they're slowing my spiritual acceleration. Like, there's nothing wrong with being around people who have different beliefs than you, but I'm saying, like, are they your most tight group? Because I feel like your vibe attracts your tribe, and I do feel like bad company corrupts good character, you know? So like really pay attention to that. And lastly, I was like, what is the essence of relationships? I also had to like realize that not every relationship has to be so deep. And like I was watching a YouTube video yesterday, and this girl was like, there's levels to friendship. And that's true, like there are levels to friendship. And I do feel like I was expecting like this deep dissective energy every time I like try to make a new friend, but it's like there are levels of friendship, and that doesn't mean like they have to be shallow, but I am saying like not every friend is like going to be a deep family member that you end up going the closest bond with, and that's okay, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna pick like YouTube. I'm gonna skip that one because it's like I already kind of broke down that. I realized that, you know, I wanted like, another reason why I was inconsistent with YouTube is because I was frustrated that like my channel wasn't. Why are you talking? God is good. God is good. Okay, anyways. Okay, so thank you. So my YouTube channel, I was like really scared because it's like, I know y'all heard that. But my YouTube channel, like I was frustrated that my channel wasn't growing. I was comparing myself to other people, and I was like, you know when you compare your journey to other people, you compare your journey and you're like mad that you're not at the destination that you want to be at. But like, I feel like God's been telling me it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. It's in like me being consistent with my channel of only like 16 subscribers. It's when I'm consistent in this, that's when like, God, I don't know why I felt this, but somebody needs to hear this. Start a YouTube channel. Start one. That's your confirmation. Start a YouTube channel. But anyways, I've been like, God's been showing me if I can't be consistent with the little things I have, why should he bless me with something bigger? And I'm like, that's not even for YouTube. That goes a lot of things. Like, I want more responsibility for being a missionary and like ministering unto people. And like, I want more responsibility because God knows I want to work in the prison system and like really change that. I want to make sure that people who aren't incarcerated aren't being like violently attacked, raped, or abused while in confinement. That's my passion. But I'm like, God, help me, give me internships and things like that. But I don't even have the discipline to like crack open my prison book and read 5 pages like a day, you know? And I'm like, God's like been speaking to me, like, if I can't be faithful with the little things I have, with the little steps, with the little direction, why should he bless me with the bigger things, you know? So I've been learning how to be faithful and things like that. All right, y'all, we got 2 more categories. Stick tight with me, y'all. I know this video is long, but you know, like, thank you for, if you here to the end, you solid, okay? You solid, but even if you're not, stick tight with me. All right, next, clutter. So like really the physical, I realized that there are a lot of physical possessions that I have that I don't need, and I want to release it because subconsciously I'm connecting my beauty to the clothes and shoes that I wear. And that's kind of like what kind of the dynamic of it's been. Like, I've been like buying clothes that I don't even need, you know? And it's like, that's me practicing an overindulgence and like placing clothes as idol. Now, there's not an issue with buying clothes, but I'm saying like, when it's becoming an addiction, when it's becoming like, when you're starting to really engage in things that like you don't need, that's when it's becoming problematic. And I'm like knowing that it's okay to rewear clothes. It's okay that, you know, it's okay. That's what it's okay. Okay, life isn't that deep. Like, when we die, it's not, nobody's gonna care about materialism. Like, I'm just trying to be with God. Like, it doesn't matter about the clothes I wear, and I'm learning that because that's not the essence of life. The essence of life is quality relationships and building and walking in purpose. And it's not the clothes I wear. It's not how I look. It's not how my hair looks, you know? So like really breaking that down. So I've really been trying to declutter my room and like my space and like really throw away things that I don't need, that I just have just to make myself feel better, or things that I don't need or that I just have that was based off impulse, you know? And I'm really trying to like gain more self-control. Like, do I need this? You know, ask yourself, do you need this new shirt? Do you need these pants? Do you need these new shoes? And if you don't need it, like, and you can like invest that money towards something else. And then my mind, I realized like in the Bible, in the book of Philippians, it talks about thinking on good things that are lovely. I'm gonna insert this Bible scripture right here. But thinking on things that are lovely, thinking on things that are good. And I'm like, I don't do that. I'm always thinking about the past or the future on things that worry me. And I'm like, that's really problematic. I worry, I stress. My prayer life it wasn't as active as it is now. And I realized that. I didn't have an active prayer life. I didn't stop and learn how to be still. I didn't really meditate like that. I didn't learn how to trust God. And I really needed to declutter my mind through being in God. And also like detoxing from things that were causing my mind to be cluttered, like social media, sorry, I'm cold. Social media and certain things and like certain music that was just like bringing toxicity to my mind that I didn't need the problems. I didn't. So yeah. All right. So yeah, I've just been learning to declutter physically and in the mental realm as well. And then lastly, let's talk about insecurity. So, you know, like, I'm afraid. I realized that like I feared rejection, and I was afraid to like, I don't know, sometimes I would speak up about things that were bothering me, because I was scared that people wouldn't be pleased by what I had to say. But like, I'm learning that I don't need nobody's validation. Period. I don't need anyone's validation. I don't need people's validation because I already got God, you know? And I felt like I was not enough, and I wasn't. An insecurity I had was I felt like I wasn't enough and I wasn't worthy of commitment because a lot of things issues that I had that like I felt like wasn't being worked on. So for example, I felt like I didn't deserve that 1 Corinthian love, in the like talking about what love is, because like I'm not even where I need to be, so why should I have that adequate love? It's like God's been teaching me like, Ayana, you're enough. And like, of course you're not where you need to be because you're human and you're constantly like attracted to that sinful nature, but through me, Ayana, like you can gain that growth and that power and that strength. And even like You deserve someone who's willing to wash away your blemishes. Not that that's their job, but who's like committed to washing away your blemishes and like, you know, your blemishes of mistrust and fear and insecurity, who's willing to stick it out with you. Somebody needs to hear that. You are worthy of that love. You have to ask yourself, is this the best that love can get, you know? And then B, I felt that I was not like intelligent enough, you know? Sometimes like you feel like you're not smart enough. Like in college, I was talking to my mom like the other week, and I was like, Mom, what if I really just tricked everybody into thinking I'm smart and I was just good at memorizing things, but I really wasn't intelligent, you know? But I'm learning that, first of all, there's different levels of intelligence, and secondly, like I shouldn't compare my like mental process to another person because everyone thinks differently. So like I am intelligent, I am enough, I am smart, I am beautiful, I do deserve love. And then C, I wanted people to think I'm enough and welcome me in their presence. So that's why I didn't correct certain people. Like everyone who knows me, like my real friends, know that I don't like the B word. Like that's not me. And when a new one, say I was in college one day and I was in the bathroom and this girl, I was doing my hair. This girl was like, B, your hair look cute, girl. And I was like, thank you. But like deep down, I wasn't cool with her calling me out her name. But you know, I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. But like I was like, why am I like doing myself a disservice by trying to make her feel comfortable with life? Like, nah, fam, like just do it in a loving way. Like, hey, there's a lot of things that I do vibe with and I don't vibe with, and B word is the things that I don't vibe with. And I could have boom, point, period, and blank. And I realized last night as I was thinking, like, bro, to be honest, like why would I want somebody like that in my life? And I'm not talking about that girl in the bathroom, because she could be cool people, you never know. But like I'm saying, if you have to really censor yourself to make other people feel comfortable and make them feel like they want you to be around, why do you want those people in your life? It's like, you don't want that energy in your life, you know? And you teach people how to treat you, you know? So if I'm telling like people in my life, hey, I don't like this, how you do this, and like they don't respect that, then on to the next, you feel me? You gotta teach people how to treat you. And then last, I needed to say what I mean and mean what I say. Like sometimes I would be like, you know what, I'm not doing this, but you know, I would end up doing it, and I realized that's tied to insecurity, because it's like I didn't really trust myself, or I didn't value myself enough to stick to my word. But that was enough. Like, y'all know I need to get back in the house. This video is a little long, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Tune in, really drop down in the comments like things that you need help with. Like, y'all, this is a community. You know, as I just aired out all my dirty laundry out here. So you want to air it out with me too? If you want to air it out too, drop down in the comments. No, there's no shame, there's no condemnation. And just know that you're loved and you're valued. But yeah, y'all comment. Also, y'all, I need more like video ideas. I'm gonna try to like grind and like give y'all more good content. But like drop down, like, do y'all guys like these Reflect Me videos? Like, if you do, make sure you turn on that bell button. Yep. See, I'm new to this. Turn on the bell button so you're notified every time I post, because y'all, I'm posting often now. Like, I'm into this. I got the confirmation. But that's it. I love you guys. If you have watched this video, you have experienced life in my head, life with Ayana B. Let me do my real outro. If you watch this video, you have experienced life with me, Ayana B. Thank you for experiencing the experience, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.